And then stage 7, which is the actual extermination or the genocide. Here is where the mass killing actually begins. Out of the population of about 7 million people in Rwanda, 84% were Hutu and 15% Tutsi. The official figures published by the Rwandan government estimate approximately 1 million dead in a matter of 3 months. It is estimated that about 300,000 Tutsis survived this genocide. In Darfur, the villages were burned by the Janjaweed, and the government then bombed the region. After the government had bombed the region, the Janjaweed targeted children and babies, and in both cases of these genocide, used rape as a campaign in the genocide. And we can see the physical evidence from the genocide in both cases. And in every case of genocide, there is always denial before, during, and after the genocide takes place, and even far after the genocide takes place. This again expands into future generations, which is why it becomes so dangerous. Here are some ways that denial takes place, and you can pause and read those to see the ways that people deny genocide take place. One of the big ones is calling it a civil war. In the case of Rwanda, about 2 million Hutus who participated in the genocide fled, and very few would stand trial at the tribunals. In Darfur, the Sudanese government maintains they had no connection and that the Janjaweed acted independently. We have to understand then that the international community interacts and reacts in many ways. In Rwanda, the UN and the United States denied the warnings, withdrew troops, and refused to call the killing a genocide, said it was an ancient ethnic conflict between the two. Finally, the Rwandan Patriotic Front, coming in from Congo, stepped up their assault and was able to put the genocide to an end. In Darfur, the United States immediately identified it as a genocide, but the United Nations disagreed. They were blocked by China and Russia with veto power, who still had relations with Sudan for oil. And the African Union, under the direction of the UN, finally sent aid. The conflict has settled down, but sadly, the conflict is not over in the region. Understanding ethnic conflict and ethnic cleansing and ethnic genocide, if you will, gives us a clear picture as to how ethnicity can be a centrifugal force within regions, and how struggle over land and superiority can lead to atrocities such as these two, and others such as the Holocaust, and the other genocides that we understand in history.